Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us on the program, wherever you are watching. Facebook, we are live right there, right now. And, of course, we'll be coming live to you now from Abuja, where Senator Ita Enang is the advisor to the president on legislative matters. He was also a former senator. He is a former senator who also served in the National Assembly, giving us a sense of what is happening right now with some of those policies presented to the National Assembly. Many thanks, Senator Ita Enang, for joining us on the program. We've seen back and forth on this issue of some of the bills and some of the policies and proposals on the finances of the nation presented to the National Assembly, the MTEF, the proposal for the loan. We've seen the 2016 budget, and what have you? They've been back and forth here and there. But give us a sense of your relationship now between the two institutions and what we're expecting in the coming days. You are representing that loan request, and when?
Now, I want to say that the bills and the measures of Mr. President are not going back and forth on the floor of the National Assembly. They are simply undergoing legislative processing. It's not going back and forth. And legislative processing entails that a bill comes, it is looked at, the legislature and the executive consult, it can be stood down for further consultation, it can be withdrawn on agreement for further consultation and representation. Now, I want to say that the way it is now, the relationship between the executive and the legislature is at its best. Because if you see the mode and the mood of standing down most of these legislations, it is not done in a matter that questions the integrity of the executive. It is rather saying, consult us more, or add this, remove this, or let us sit on the table. And we are sitting on the table. I want to say that since June 9, 2015, till today, this is the best moment of executive-legislative relations. It's at its highest. Thank you.
Well, if you look at what is happening, one will wonder, if you say it's at its best right now, one will wonder why some senators believe that there's some shoddy jobs being done on some of the proposals, for example, the loan, that details are not given. But again, one will wonder, when are you presenting the 2017 budget to the National Assembly?
Well, the 2017 budget will be presented. The plan will soon be announced, and it will be presented on a date that will be communicated by Mr. President to the National Assembly. But the Minister of Budget and National Planning and the Economic Management team and the Honorable Minister of Finance have given indications that the budget will be presented and before, I think, in the next two and not beyond 3 weeks. But I want to say that from the indications of the plan they are having, everybody is having, from the executive team, it is intended that it will be presented not later than the next very few days. I am not to divulge the content of His Excellency Mr. President's letter to the National Assembly. But I want to assure you that it will be presented earlier than all other budgets. Earlier than all other budgets. And I say this, yes, I say it with all confidence. It is a matter of some hours to the end of November or some hours immediately thereafter. So it will be presented earlier than the budget in the last 4, 5, 7 years. But I want to assure Nigerians that this budget, the way the National Assembly and the executive team is working, is going to be the least rancorous budget, because all gray areas are being tidied up. If you see a matter that the legislature or Senate is saying, look, take it back and look at it again, they do not want to go through a more rigorous process of working at public hearing. They want to have great hearing and understanding of the executive, so that when it comes, it will be something that has been front-loaded and it will pass. I want to assure Nigerians and assure you, the channel television, that you're going to have the best moment in budget relations.
Senator Ita Enang, legislative advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari. Many thanks for talking to us. We will be holding onto those words, and we are hoping that the best we get out of this situation. Let's move quickly now. Honorable Seme Yibo, you've heard what your former colleague there at the National Assembly has said about the relationship between the National Assembly and the executive. But we all know that all is not well with your party. The leadership of the party, some believe that is in chaos right now. There are, in fact, feelers that there might be some new political front emerging from the party. The governor, the chairman of the Governors Forum, we understand, has even said that there are fears that there will be some form of exodus from your party. Isn't your party in trouble right now?
Well, I wouldn't say it is an unexpected thing, a development. If we have one or more political parties, that would be dynamic, focused, and of course, people-driven, to the extent that we will have healthy opposition, and any party that is in government will also be able to regulate itself. That would be very healthy to deepen our democracy. I don't want a situation where a particular political party will consider it will begin to act in a manner, that will seemingly gives it the identity of a behemoth, of course, monstrous proportion. And that will not be healthy for our development, and that is not the intent of democracy. So if, as we are, and there is need for other political parties to be formed, and also take note, the foundational matter here is that the average Nigerian, of course, political parties in Nigeria is not, as a matter of fact, ideology driven. It's not. It's just the issue of, it has a culture of still water, this moving from this point to that point, from this other point to the other point, because political party management in Nigeria is undermined by poor leadership recruitment process. The political party could mean very well by its manifesto, by its program, and sloganeering and all of that. But sloganeering is not the issue of governance, but it is the issue of the management and implementation strategies of these manifestos. So APC, my own party, I have said so, and I repeat it, that it is unable to manage the shock arising from its success in the last general election. And of course, if the leadership of the management of this political party may not have considered talent hunting or putting together the various structures of the political party to be able to drive the enablers that will help to throw up, the derivatives of governance. They have not been able to do that presently.
Honorable Seme Yibo, many thanks for talking to us on the program tonight. He's a former spokesperson of the House of Representatives and a member of the APC. Always a pleasure having you talk to us. Well, that's how far we can go on the program tonight. Many thanks for being a part of it on behalf of the team right here on Channels Television headquarters. Don't forget that the Ondo State governorship debate will be on Monday, 21st of November 2016. Of course, we give you all the juicy details of the conversation right there. On behalf of the team, I'm Sean Kimale. Bye for now.